All right, and welcome back. This is going to be the third episode of Lovesick. In Between is the title for tonight. We are on page 89. This is also one of my faves. I've got probably about 6 that are in this book that I actually truly love. And anytime doing a speaking engagement or, just gathering with friends to do a reading, this is probably one of the ones that I did just because it's so open to, I don't want to say arguments, but to conversations. And the conversations usually open up because a lot of women don't talk about it. Men either, but it opens up to both sexes on the topic of the in-between. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and read it, and then we'll discuss what's going on in between. Again, this is on page 89. In between. So in between the after you and the before the new him is a whole lot of me time. So what is it I'm to do? Well, now that I've revamped my wardrobe to hide my grief and decorated my new apartment to better masquerade my missing you and our furniture that represented us, and alphabetize the DVD collection to prove it's not all girly selections once and for all. So in between the reminiscing of you before a new him arrives, there is a huge gap of all this me time. So what is it I do? Well, I've taken up an aerobics class and found I hate techno music because all we listened to was R&B and, well, you loved rap. And I bought a new car to finally rid myself of the scent of you on my leather back seat. And I changed my color and hairstyle in hopes that it might make a new guy turn and smile. So in between throwing out of your pictures and the donating of your sweaters, bearing thoughts of you no more, before he walks through my front door, there is a lot of dark nights of me time. So what is it I do? Well, in between the thoughts of you and passing time without looking at my phone to see if you have called, text, or heck, even tried to send smoke signals, I find that at this point, I must rise above all this madness. I mean, how long does this pain last? Why can't it be relieved fast? Oh yes, in between the thoughts of us and you, I tend to wonder about this me time. But what am I to do? So again, this is on page 89, and it's called In Between. So, as funny as it might sound, I mean, that's exactly what it is, the in-between. It's the in-between. You just got divorced and, well, you're thinking about the near future. And even if you're not thinking about the near future, it's definitely thinking about you, because there's one thing that is always going to be consistent. There will be love that approaches you again. Someone who's looking, or someone who's lost, or someone who just feels the need to want. There's going to be love in your life, whether you're falling or they're falling faster. There's going to be love in your life. You can't hide from it. It just is. It's a part of life. It's a part of us. It's a part of human nature. We crave it. We need it. We feel it. Sometimes, hell, we don't even want it because we're not in a place to receive it. And then sometimes when we're not even in a place to receive it, we still dig it. So, here I am, new relationship, new man, look at me. Oh, I'm on the gram. Yeah, no, it doesn't always happen that way. Sometimes you find yourself in real sticky situations because you weren't ready, and you get involved with people for the wrong reasons. I'm on the rebound, or he's kind of cute, or, oh, he's got kids and I got kids, and look, now we're going to blend our kids together, and and it doesn't come out well. And no matter what or how you try, that in-between time should have been your grow time. That should have been your healing time. That should have been when you said to yourself, hey, look, I'm just not ready. Right now, I'm not at my best. I still think about us. I still think about them. I still think about the togetherness, the void, the empty side of the bed, the smell that I just walked into my room and grabbed a pillow and there was still a spot where his cologne lingered after washing it for like 2-3 months at a time. That's that in-between time. And that whole poem was based upon that time. Again, for me, that was about me. That was about what do I do? What am I supposed to do? You give all these years to being an us to find with the swipe of a pen, a mere pen. Click. I mean, that was pretty much all I heard. It's probably the loudest click I had ever heard. You know, you could probably have heard a pin drop. At least to me, that's what it seemed like in that courtroom. And with one swift signature, you're now a you and he's a him. And that's it, folks. And it's in between. What do we do with it? Where do we go with it? How do we feel about it? Some of us jump right into the next thing that walks across the sidewalk, you know? Some of us take time, we step back, we reflect, we try to regroup. And some of us that have kids go, what the hell am I supposed to do now? I think a lot of times, I don't know, I think a lot of times that I could have probably made better choices. I could have probably have done things different, but I don't regret anything. Because the choices I owned, they're mine. No one can take that from me, ever. And I live up to how and what and why. And again, no shame in it. Shit happens. Life happens. But you don't have to stay in that stagnant water. You can choose to take that in between me time to reflect on what you want and what you feel. And there's no shame in any of it. If you want to cry, if you want to scream, if you want to sit there and just meditate and just find new things to do that you forgot you even liked to do or wanted to experience, there's no wrong. It's your time. It's your in-between. And there's nothing wrong with finding out what it is that you like or remembering something that you liked before you were a them or an us or a we. And that's in between. Again, this is SC Ayala. And that was the poem In Between from the book Lovesick, Pages of a Poetic Heart. Until next time.